Welcome back to Canyon Professional Development's Wednesday webinar. My name is Tyler Heckel, an education student here at Grand Canyon University. And if you watch our September Wednesday webinar, you'll know that we talked about the T.W. Lewis Success Center a whole lot. And I'm glad I can say that we are finally in Studio 42, the podcast center, filming a Wednesday webinar in the podcast center. Just one of the amazing resources Grand Canyon University, the Colangelo College of Business, and the T.W. Lewis Success Center offers. This month's theme is setting up your year for success. It's January 2026, starting a new year means new opportunities. I'm here with Jonathan McKee, a GCU graduate, and now owner and founder of a business named Junior Innovators. Jonathan, we're so excited to have you. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be on here and super excited to film in the T.W. Lewis Center here in the Colangelo College of Business. Like Tyler said, my name is Jonathan McKee. I am a GCU graduate. I'm in my MBA program here at GCU as well. And I created a business called Junior Innovators here alongside two other co-founders from the Colangelo College of Business. And yeah, it's been such an amazing opportunity and super excited to work with GCU in a lot of different ways. But yeah, a lot of exciting things going on.
Yeah, so I'll touch on your business and what it is a little bit later. But I first want to ask your background. You come from a small town in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Now you're here at GCU, own a business. Can you kind of tell me about your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in a small town called Lawton, Oklahoma, and then in the middle school in 7th grade, I moved up to Edmond, Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City. And then I went there through Oklahoma Christian School through high school. And then I originally was planning on going to the University of Oklahoma just because my family had gone through it. And I decided I want something different. And so I began kind of searching out-of-state universities, applying all over the country. And I came out here with a buddy of mine, and we toured this place, and we were like, man, this is awesome. This is incredible. It's something different. No one from my school really came here. And so we decided to do it together and just sent it and went for it. And it was amazing. Never looked back. Yeah,
and one of the cool things I would say is that I'm also an Okie. My family is also from Edmond, which is like, what are the odds of that?
That's crazy.
So tell me, you started a business while you're in college.
Yeah.
You also manage grades, manage a social life, like you're married.
Yeah.
How'd you balance all of that?
That's right. So actually, I just got married this past summer. My wife is from Oklahoma as well. We both went to the same high school, both came out here together as well, so that made things a lot easier. You mentioned creating businesses here at GCU. So Junior Innovators, the business I'm currently involved in right now, that was actually the second business I created here. The first business was a student marketplace business, and we can touch base on student marketplaces in a little bit. But the student marketplaces here are an incredible opportunity, and I originally started my freshman year selling vintage clothing. So that was one way to get social and to stay active in classes, because as a business student, a lot of the classes push you towards the extracurricular activities. So whenever you actually have a business, it makes it easier to connect the assignments to a real world situation that you're involved in. So I created dormitory clothing and was selling clothes from my dorm, and that's where I got the name from, and started my whole dorm filled up with clothes. It was crazy, and set up shop there and would sell at student marketplaces twice a month. And that was an incredible opportunity. What was the other part you said in the question?
Yeah, so we're talking about setting your year up for success.
Yeah.
And one of, I think, the key aspects of that is managing your time well. So how did you manage your time creating two businesses, getting good grades, having a social life, having a, fiance, girlfriend, wife now?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't like my answer to this. It's not the fun answer, definitely. And I've really leaned into the idea of you get what you put in. So really just doing the basics, doing things you can take care of, showing up on time, doing the work whenever you don't want to, doing the hard things, working multiple jobs to make sure that you aren't going into debt, creating a business so that way you can pay your way through college so you don't graduate with student loans, making connections whenever you don't feel like it, even showing up. So Idea Club would happen at the Colangelo College of Business Wednesdays at 3 whenever I was here. And a lot of times some of my buddies would either be hitting the gym or would be doing random stuff, hitting the pool at 3 on a Wednesday. And I would say, okay, I'm going to make the effort to come to the CCOB to go to the Idea Club at 3 o'clock on Wednesdays, and meeting people there, and then staying after class to go meet the professors on a personal level. That way you can have their contact information and you can reach out to them about the business that you're working on, and really just putting yourself in the uncomfortable situations to excel yourself and to set yourself away from the pack. I'd say that was probably number one.
Yeah, so what I'm kind of getting at is do the hard things and put in the effort. That is one of the keys to setting up your year for success.
Yeah, and by no means am I super professional in any regard, really, but I just do the hard work, and I do show up whenever it's not necessarily the most fun, and I feel like it does put me in positions of success.
First off, I want to say, don't sell yourself short, right? You are a professional. You're a business owner at the age of 22. That is something to be proud of. Tell me a little bit about your business. What is Junior Innovators?
Yeah, so the whole idea with entrepreneurship and innovation that we learn here at GCU is you always have to be solving a problem and creating a solution for it. A lot of people create solutions for things that there isn't necessarily a problem for. And the whole idea with Junior Innovators, the problem that we were solving was higher education had pretty good entrepreneurship ecosystems like GCU's here, where they would have the student marketplaces, the idea club, the pitch competitions, the angel investment groups, and it would be an amazing opportunity for students. But as an entrepreneur, you really should start younger and start earlier. And the high schools and the middle schools and the elementary schools that we have seen, the ones that I've experienced, the ones that the other co-founders, Logan and Micah, have experienced, there wasn't any good option really for student entrepreneurs to develop their business and their ideas in high school. A lot of the programs that we were seeing and that we experienced firsthand where you were learning about business by reading, by doing research. You were giving presentations about who created the airplane and who created the light bulb and all these different entrepreneurs that were successful, but you were never really training your own self to become that entrepreneur. So the whole mission and vision behind Junior Innovators is to help students create reality out of their ideas. So they come into the classroom and they learn what problems they have in their life. A lot of people don't even realize they have problems in their life. They just go through life through the routines. And so we say, okay, brainstorm on ideas. What is a pain point in your life? And we take them through different problems that they experience in their life, whether it's waiting in line. And so people come up with the door dashes, and then it's people like the GCU business product, the Powder Pal. We have protein that is going everywhere whenever I scoop my pre-workout or my protein powder. And so what do? You create a solution to it, the Powder Pal. Or my chapsticks are melting sideways, so you create the car chap. These are all ideas that are solving a problem, and we help the students realize that there's problems that can be solved out there. And then they go take their ideas that they're creating in the classroom, and then they go sell them at student marketplaces. And we provide opportunities for those student marketplaces. A lot of times they're at different events and sporting events or theater events, whether it's a home football game, a home track event, an open house for students, and they can go sell their ideas and actually make cash off of what they're doing. And it brings a little more relativity to their ideas in the classroom, and it makes it easier for them to show up, like I mentioned, whenever you have that actual buy-in with a personal connection to the assignment you're doing. So the curriculum would be, come tell me about how your student marketplace went. And then you're excited to go present instead of it being a multiple choice test that you really don't want to study for, you really don't care how you do on, you just want the transcript A. Instead of cramming all the information in the night before, brain dumping it on the test, you're actually excited about it, and you can prep a whole week before to go talk in front of your class and your peers about your business because it's something that actually is a personal connection to you.
Yeah, so as an educator, right, that's something that's so cool to me, right? I'm hearing showing, not telling, hands-on curriculum. You're not just writing an essay about a business you're actually starting a business.
Yeah.
And the second one, buy-in, right? It sounds like your curriculum creates engagement, creates excitement. So that sounds super cool. You created your business while you're at GCU. What are some of the resources that GCU provided to maybe help you create that?
Yeah, so it definitely wasn't all me by no means. It was Logan Middleton, Mike Alexander, and myself and many other mentors that we had along the way. We utilized a lot of the connections here at GCU, and like I said, showing up to class early, staying after. A lot of the professors I had gave us years of guidance, and their wisdom was beyond, we were beyond grateful for it. We utilized the Canyon Venture Center over at Building 66. We were able to kind of house some of our office space, as you could say, in there. We were able to participate in the student marketplaces, participate in the Canyon Challenge. We were able to utilize the connections from the guest speakers here at the Idea Club that happened on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock, and really lean into all those resources that are involved in GCU's ecosystem and really just use them to our advantage. They're there for students to use. A lot of students don't take advantage of it, and that would be my number one encouragement for students who are coming into the Colangelo College of Business. Really put yourself in those positions to use those resources that are there for you, like this one here.
Yeah, definitely. Taking advantage of resources. That's another way I would say you can start your year up for success. I'm a big fan of pickleball, right? One of my issues is that the grips, after you play for a couple months, they fall apart.
Yeah.
If I wanted to start a student marketplace store selling pickleball grips, what is some advice you would have for me to set up my business for success?
Do it. Just go out there and do it. My biggest encouragement that we were taught this in our Colangelo College of Business years here is fire, ready, aim. So a lot of entrepreneurs are on the fence about starting their idea. They have this idea. They come up to me and they say, hey, I have this idea about whatever it might be, this one product. Let's use your pickleball grip, for example. I have this pickleball grip, for example, that I wanted to work on. I've been thinking about it for a year. You've been thinking about it for a year. Why haven't you done it? Go create a product. If it's duct tape, go get a pickleball, make a prototype, see how many you can sell, get feedback. Go participate. Go put yourself in those situations. You might not make any sales, but what you'll get is you can ask people and have surveys, and you can say, what do you think about this? What would you pay for this? What is your advice about how this script looks? And you put yourself out there, even though it's uncomfortable and you don't have a full, complete product, you're firing. And then you go back to the drawing board, you get ready, and then you produce a product. You campaign, make $500 from working, mowing lawns or power washing, whatever you need to do. Take $500 and you go create a prototype. And then you aim. So it's opposite of what is traditional is like you prepare, you get everything ready, and then you go fire. No, you fire, and then you go back to the drawing board, and then you aim and get dialed in on what you're doing.
I really, really love that, right? You can't start being successful if you don't start.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me of the old adage, the best time to grow a tree was 10 years ago.
Exactly.
The second best time is right now.
Exactly.
To set up yourself for success, you actually have to start. You can't just sit on your hands and hope it comes to you.
Yeah.
That's some real wisdom. I'm going to move it on kind of towards the K-12 side, right?
Absolutely.
Going into K-12 education is a super noble thing. What kind of drove you to that path rather than maybe the higher education where there's a little more money in that?
Yeah, absolutely. So to be quite honest, I did not picture myself in the K-12 space, really. I always knew I was wanting to be in business somehow, but I never knew what it would be. And it's really exciting because there's an opportunity with the K-12 education space right now. I mean, everyone's aware of AI and how it's taking over all landscapes of business and schooling, and there's a big problem with schools right now. They're scared. They don't know how to combat this. They don't know how to adopt with it. They don't know how it's going to change their school systems. And I was right in the prime opportunity with that. It was kind of unveiling whenever I was in college, and I didn't have the AI that's out there whenever I was in high school, but I know how high schools are using it right now. And schools are looking for a way to implement it and to adopt to it and to make the right changes that need to happen in order for them to survive. And so it was really just striking the iron when it was hot, using AI to our advantage and making sure that students are prepared to use AI in the workplace and use AI to help create their businesses. So really just bringing back life to the K-12 space. There was a big opportunity and we saw it and we struck. So we're just staying here and we're happy to be here, and it's been super exciting.
Yeah, you talk about it a little, and I just kind of want you to expand on it.
Yeah.
If I'm a high school principal and I'm looking at your curriculum, but I'm a little scared about how AI might be involved, what might you say to them to ease their worries?
Yeah, absolutely. AI can be scary. I know I talked to my parents about it, and they're like, what is this AI thing? I use ChatGPT to ask something, but I don't know really how to use it. Well, it is incredible. I'm not an AI expert by any means. There's people who know way more than I do about it, but I know how to use it on surface level for what we do, and I know how to implement it in business. So in the school systems, my encouragement to a principal or to an administrator who might be questioning the AI conversation is whether people want to realize it or not, schools are businesses and they need students to come there. And if you are not adopting to AI and not providing students the resources to learn and to grow with the use of AI, then you are going to be left behind. And if that's not your school, a lot of schools don't want to change. They've been teaching the same systems for 20 plus years, 50 years even. They don't want to change. If that's you, that's okay. We're not the right fit for you. But if you're a school wanting to be on the leading edge of AI and leading edge of providing real value to students, then this is the option, because we're teaching students how to create a business using AI. So they're going to be able to make websites. They're going to be able to make presentations. They're going to be able to make campaigns, posts, run their social media. They're going to be able to make email promos and campaigns and create flyers and brochures and have guidance with consulting through financial literacy and technological literacy and learn even more about AI and make videos and all the above with this program. So I'm not saying we're the only AI program, but if you hear about AI as a school and you're not adopting it, you will be left behind.
AI isn't going anywhere. It's
Correct.
a fact. You're teaching kids how to use it on their side to be successful in that business aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. We're going to transition a little. In April, we're having our International Christian STEM competition, and a piece of that is called Venture 2026. Students from all across the country are going to come pitch a business idea to experts like yourself. What is some ideas, what's some advice you might give to them to have a successful pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's an incredible opportunity for students to present their ideas. I don't think there's really any better practice than getting up and speaking about your ideas. At Junior Innovators, we say the 4 keys to success are your ability to speak, your ability to write, your quality of your ideas, and your quality of your network. So with them presenting their ideas to a large group, that will definitely work their muscle of the ability to speak. So my encouragement would be just to lean into that and make yourself uncomfortable. I know that whenever I was learning to public speak, it wasn't the most comfortable thing, but now having that skill worked on, I've become better at it. And you will see, or the students will see after they go do that and they speak in front of a crowd of 100 to 200 people, they're going to come back and being able to speak in front of their classroom is going to be nothing. So really lean into those uncomfortable situations and just grow from it, because it definitely will happen. And that's super awesome that that event's taking place. And I'm excited to be a judge there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and then maybe if I'm a K-12 student and I'm watching this, I'm like, ooh, Venture 2026, that sounds awesome. I want to compete, but I don't have a business idea. Where do you think business ideas come from? What would you say to them so they can get their business turned into reality?
If you don't, that's great. If you don't have a business idea, I wouldn't recommend forcing an idea upon yourself. So a lot of people will say, oh, I don't have an idea, I'm just going to create this. And it really isn't valuable to them. I would get involved with a business that's currently up and running, or a project with someone else until you have an idea. That's similar to how the Canyon Venture Center over on Building 66 runs here on campus at GCU. It has a lot of entrepreneurship businesses in there. So if you don't have an idea and you come in as a freshman here at GCU, you can go work for a company like Noggin Boss. You can go work for a company like Wholist or like Powder Pal or Card Chap. And you can go put yourself in the environment of entrepreneurship and innovation. And you can start thinking and digesting, what are some problems that I face? I know that the Powder Pal solves the protein scoop. What's something in my life that I could be solving? So really just putting yourself in that situation. So like you said, if a student doesn't necessarily have an idea, but they know a friend with an idea, maybe work with them and see how you can help them with their idea until you can come up with a problem in your life that is worth solving.
I love that. I love that. One final question. Something I love about the new year is that it's a new opportunity to improve yourself. Obviously, you're not that old, but you're probably a lot older than some of the K-12 students who might be watching. What's some advice you would give to them in all aspects of life to be successful in 2026?
Yeah, it goes back to being the old head. Really, if you want to separate yourself, you can't be like the rest. And not to say like you have to be perfect in any means, but if you do positive, good things in your life, you're going to get positive results. So eliminate things that are taking you back and setting yourself back in life, whether it's wasting time. I'm anti-video games. It seems like the biggest waste of time in my life, unless you're going to pursue an esports degree, which by all means is great, incredible. But if that's not a pursuit of your life, then I would recommend getting away from that. Anything that eats up your time, whether it's just doom scrolling. I'm anti-social media. I really am leaning against that unless you're using it for business. Any just waste of time. Time is the most valuable asset, so use your time wisely and lean in to make it an advantage for yourself. So being 22, whenever I was in high school, I was using my time to build a business or to make connections or to meet people. But you also have to balance having fun and enjoying your younger years. That's something I'm still working on is, I don't know, everything doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to have that good life balance to where you still have fun and enjoy, but you're also making improvements so that way you set yourself up for success later.
In 2026, this applies not just to K-12 students, but everyone. we are going to use our time wisely. Jonathan, thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you today.
I appreciate it.
It was a real pleasure.
Yes, it was. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.